Hello, it is Lord Haywire here. I am streaming some 2D 4X today, but you might notice that Godot is not open, and you might notice that I have a website up, because at the end of last stream, I found out that the new version 4.4 Dev 2 had the ability to do typed dictionaries in the inspector, so I could just pick in the inspector what I wanted for this particular dictionary that I was working on. And I've already forgotten what the dictionary did, but we will see hopefully later today. And I was pretty stoked on that, but then there was a problem with it not building. But in the stream, I kind of was like, what's going on here? And I restarted Godot a couple times, I think, in the stream. I can't remember. But it wasn't working, and then later I went to do something else, and I noticed that, this I can just pop open real quick. I often want different YouTube thumbnails, and I'm too lazy to make my own. So if I leave something up like that for a long time, you'll see also here that the dates are messed up. And this is 4.2 down here. So I thought I'm going to need to roll back to 4.3 and not use the typed dictionaries, even though I really want to. And somebody put in the same issue. There's actually a bunch of issues for 4.4 Dev 2, which that is. At first I was whining to myself oh, everything's always broken, but that's the point of the dev. Going on the cutting edge is you're testing it for them. That's the point of it. That's why they released it that way. So I got what I deserved? No. Anyways, I thought I would show how easy it is to roll back, and then we're just going to hope it still works. I did push my code before I upgraded, so if something catastrophic happens, we can pull the old code, which I've actually never had to do, so I would learn something new. So anyways, this is 4.3 is what we're going back to, which is their stable version, so we'll just download this. Then what I do is open this up. It probably doesn't need to be that gigantic. Then we can go inside this folder, and then I'm going to move this to my other screen. We'll open a new folder here and move this to this screen and go to Godot, wherever I have it saved here. And then what I do is just delete these three things. This is the console version. This is, and it says Dev 2 on there. This is the one that I use. And then this is the folder that one time I forgot to copy the folder. And man, things did not work. Delete that there, and then I just bring these things over from the zip file. It's really easy. Drop it in there. Boom. That shit's done. And then I'm checking some stuff, make sure everything's working over here. It looks like it is. Perfect. Then we're just going to run this. This isn't going to work anymore because that thing's been, deleted. We're going to run this. We're going to have to update my whatchamacallit, README as well. So now it looks like these are back, which is good. And these have these things because I opened them in 4.4. So this is my fear. I don't think I pushed this code, though. We'll see. That I don't stream these ones. These are just things I fuck around with. So we're just going to open this up and then hope that it reverts it back to the old version without any problems. I've done this before. One other time I've had to roll back stuff. I don't remember why, but I didn't have any issues. Fingers crossed here. But like I said, I did also push the code just in case. And we're going to hit play just to see what happens. Whoops. Build works too, but we're going to see if we get a bunch of errors and stuff here. We should get 5 errors. There's a thing. Wow, that is taking a long time though. So that's hopefully not a... All right, there's our 5 errors we always get for when we build something. One day that will be fixed, I hope. Maybe I should put in a issue for that and see what it is. All right, this looks pretty normal. This is going to be all fucked up. This is less fucked up than I was expecting. No, this looks surprisingly okay. We'll close that, our close button there. I think there was a problem. We couldn't. Oh, no, it was on here. If we click here, there's the close button is pushed off the bottom of the screen. So that's a problem. But that all looks fine. We're not getting any major bugs. So then let's open up. We're going to need county improvement data definitely open. So let's open this up and wait the 30 seconds. I timed this once just because I was curious because it takes so fucking long to open up Visual Studio. You know, like you get impatient and you click it again, and then you got two instances of Visual Studio opening. So then we're going to open up my README, and then we'll be back to whatever we're doing here. And we're going to edit this README because I bumped it to 4.4. And we'll do that. And there we go. The projects have been updated over here, so we're okay. I don't think I did much on translations, but I guess I did something. And that's it. We're rolled back to 4.4. So let's take a look. I need to look at what... I remember I was fucking around with something. It was... So the county improvement, I gotta let my brain catch up, or reform from, I think it was like the Fisher shed. Yeah, we have these dictionaries here. This test resource can go. Because maybe we'll leave this here for when it does update. I think in the issues on Godot, it said that this was a regression. You know, it was some bug that used to happen, and then it's already been fixed. So we'll probably leave this here. Let's put a note on what it is, though. We do have a bunch of things open. I don't know if we're going to be getting to a lot of this stuff today. I try to keep just 2 lines of garbage up here. We're done with this one, though, so we can go. We might need that. But what we're looking for is county improvement data, which I'm already on. So this test right here, we'll put this in. We'll put a note in here. I like to put notes on everything, and I actually don't do as good a job as I would like to. I'm trying to constantly improve certain things, and this is one of them. So what are we doing? This is just for testing typed resources. All right. So this other thing, though, that we need to check, or need to have in here, is this. We need a new key. If I remember correctly, I don't think, did we do it this way? I think it was this way, because it is a dictionary, and it's a county resource data, I think is what we were testing. I actually kind of vaguely remember it being a faction resource. Was it faction, or I can't remember. How did we do? Let's double check our code over here, because it will tell us what we're checking, and I want it to check the first thing. So what we were doing is, instead of, so before we just had one cost for a county improvement, the cost was just influence, and we changed that to have a cost of a variety of things it could check on. And so I think that's why this is open, is it was checking charge for building, build improvements. We might want to change this around as well. So actually when that thing opens up, when this screen here, we can play this while we might get a bug here, though, because I have this half filled out. Probably not, besides those 5. I should put an issue in for that. So maybe someone will just say, like, you're doing it wrong. I have a feeling that might be the problem. Let's see. So this should be, this construct button is what we want to not show up if you can't build it. And that's how you'll tell, is if you can't build what's there. So these are creating the things. So it was a banker. The banker was checking for their, I can't remember here exactly what this was. Charge for building? No. It was check for building cost. So if this is, yeah, so we're going to go through these county improvements and we're going to need to test this if it's not null. So the faction data is what we'll, or faction resources, this is what we're going to work on first, or test first. It's, I guess. We'll put a, whoops, we'll put a faction resource, get this thing out of here. We'll make this non, and then we'll go a dictionary. We'll open up, no wait, I don't think I'm doing this right. This is already a dictionary. The key, we want it to be an object. And then the object, we want it to be, it's way down at the bottom here. A faction resource data. And then this is going to be an int. And then we'll put whatever, 50 in here. And then we actually need to put in a faction resource though. We'll say 50 influence. I wonder if I could have dragged that over here. Then we're going to save this. Then we're going to build it. Because part of the issue was that this would also be null out. This would null this out at times. So it's definitely here. And then we're going to go, we're going to restart this. And I think we have to wait till 1 a.m. in game, not in real life. There we go. It's 1 a.m. And I think we had some, it was like cost or something. Let's look. Because we needed to, was it cost? I can't remember. Let's go in here. Maybe we didn't have to wait for any time. We shouldn't have had, that was it. We shouldn't have had to wait for any time. These other ones should all have not shown up. But let's close, or let's, yeah, in the game, let's go back and then let's go in here. No, not here. Let's go into our Fisher's shed. Yeah, this gets nulled out every time we run it. I think that's another bug or something, but it gets nulled out. And so that's why, well, that's one of the reasons why this thing could possibly not be working, is this is not assigning this stuff correctly. And the whole goal was, that's why I moved up to 4.4, because someone in chat said, you know, 4.4 can do typed dictionaries, and I was all excited about it. And it would have solved a different problem as well. But it didn't, this gets nulled out every time it's built. And one of the things you got to do in Godot is go away and come back, and I guess I didn't do that. So let's actually do this one more time. I just want to make sure. I don't think I can just drag this over. No, I got to go over to here. And I got to go an object. And then I got to pick, can I put this over here? There, I can put that in there. So maybe this also isn't the right thing. Maybe I'm picking an object, but maybe that's not what I'm supposed to put. And then an int. And then 50. And then let's like go away and come back. Wrong thing. It was Fisher's shed. Yeah, so it gets nulled out regardless. So this is pointless to have this in the inspector. So what we'll have to do is something dumb. We have an array, I think, up here. We don't have an array. How are we getting these? I think we're reading them from disk. This is going to be under faction generation and county generation. So at the faction generation should have something about, yeah, files and faction resources. Get the file name. I was just thinking maybe I was doing this but no, I am getting this. So what does this say here? Create factions from disk. Create faction resource dictionary. It's probably this one. Faction resources. It adds all of these in. Amount used. Faction resource is all faction data, faction resource. This is for testing. We're going to have a different, more random way of generating starting resources for each. Okay, so this is just that. So we need like another thing that generates these, the cost of county improvements. I thought we had some sort of county improvement thing here. How are we getting... So each county improvement is... no, it's going to be on the county generation because they're linked to the county. Doesn't look like I have county generation up. Oh, no, that's county population generation. So every building or county improvement, I keep calling them buildings, but they're really, I call them county, but the real name is county improvement because it's a improvement that goes in a county. And that is, you know, what it is. So, let's see. We're going to want to open up our county generation script. Where are we at here? Story events, way down here. County, it's probably easier just to find it over here. It's up at the top. County, it's, where are you? Maps? No. Right here. And then I think we might be able to get rid of these. Yes, those are gone. That shit's gone. We have no variables up here? Crazy. So what are we doing here? County storage, county resources, add county data to faction. Every county should have a list of county improvements. Oh, they're generated from research though. So there's a double thing here. I gotta refresh my memory of how everything works. So at the beginning, back to let's pin this thing. Wow, we have a lot of shit pinned up here. I was expecting this to jump to the end. Add starting research is where this is. So it goes through the research. God, I can't remember how anything works. I worked on this last weekend, and I already can't remember. So how is this thing generating stuff? Create county improvement button. Is there a list of county improvements? Where is this thing getting generated? Oh, that's just what that's called. What is this thing called? All county improvements. Oh, right. So the player faction has a list of all of the county improvements. How is this thing getting generated? I don't remember. Find county improvement of type. That doesn't help us. This is in faction data, all county improvements. Okay, add county improvements. What is this under? This is under faction data. Add county improvement to, okay, so this is how we add it in. And now it's coming back to me. When you complete a research, it gets added in. So this thing, add county improvement to all county improvements. This should probably say list at the end, but under research, we'll go back to our faction generation. When this amount of research done equals cost of research, and then in our, man, this is a labyrinth of a spaghetti path here. Research data. I think I have a getter setter. It completes the research. Oh, my control click isn't working. I don't know why that doesn't work sometimes. I mean, I guess because maybe it's it's right here, but so it goes through and it adds this if it's been completed. So there is no generation of a list of our county improvements like all at once. It just happens when research is being assigned. And why did we want to look at that? I've already forgotten what the hell is going on here. So once that happens, what we need to do when a thing's completed, it's going to be in here. Now, how are we going to do this? So this is the problem. We need to, in the code, we need to assign these things. We can just put like a new one or whatever, but we need to assign it in the code since it's not working in the inspector, which is a huge pain in my ass. But maybe we'll Google that real quick and there's a solution for it. Godot exported dictionary inspector not sticking. Here's a I think I'm probably wasting my time looking this up. Change dictionary values and it's not reflecting on run. Are you pressing the save button? Is this for Godot? Normally you don't have to click any save shit when you change a thing. But let's look. Let's go to, we're almost there. Fisher's Shed, that's our test guy. Save the currently, I've never had to click that button before, but all right, let's go back to, this is an object. I think the problem is it's this object that I'm picking. What did we do? Let's look real quick because I suddenly had a thought that maybe I changed this around. Because I did want to make it an enum. Where was this list? This list of stuff. I mean, I'm looking right out. It's in county improvement data. Where the fuck? Or it's a dictionary. No, it's the faction resource. We could change this to an enum right now. Since we have to do it anyways, we want it to be an enum. It's gonna break some stuff, but I'm trying to think if we're gonna need it later. And that was the beauty of the having it in the inspectors. I could just pick the enum. Do we want to do that? Yeah, I think we do. We were just, this was a workaround because we could only get this to appear in the inspector. But I guess let's test this thing. I put object, so maybe that's the wrong thing. Let's go back to, because I really would like to do this in the inspector instead of having code. Let's redo this. Let's go to the right thing here too. Dictionary. Okay, I was thinking maybe I have to hit that again. No. It's got to be object, and then I just drag this over. Actually, let's do this. Let's go object. Well, let's hit, you know what? Let's just hit right here. Let's hit this save thing. Save. And then let's go away. Well, we're on the wrong thing. Let's go back to Fisher's Shed. Yeah, it doesn't stick. I think it just doesn't work. So let's change this to what we want it to be in the future. It's going to be all enums dot faction resource type. That's what we wanted. We'll fix this one next. We should get some bugs here, though. Or not. Come on. There we go. I'm thinking about buying a new computer. I have another computer in the basement that I use for video game streaming and just video games in general. But there we go. This is, so what are we doing here? This should be key. That wasn't that painful. Now I think it's wrong, but that wasn't that painful. And then this is going to be faction, or all enums, faction resource type. And this is just going to be key. And there we go. So then from here, though, we're back to the thing. We need to be able to assign this in code because it doesn't work in the inspector. So let's think about this. We could have a list. We could do it when the oh, we got 3 lines up here. We don't need county. We probably don't need population ID or AI, I mean. Today, it'll probably take me 3 hours just to get this one thing to work. So let's see. When you complete a research, we can put a switch in there. And it's like, if the switch is this, if the county resource or the county improvement is this, then we put in what the things are. It's just so much manual bullshit, but it's what we have to do until next week. I was so hoping that this would be fixed by next week. I'm trying to think if there's a way we could work on something else until this gets fixed. We actually could work on a few other things. Maybe they'll fix it by tomorrow. The few other things we could work on is like, we could fill in this input material type. No, we can't. We could do this output. No, we can't. These are all required for what we need. Construction cost is what we're actually working on now. What else could we do? Prioritize. We could add a few things to the county. We could do a couple of things. Because the whole issue is that we're going to do all this work, and then we're going to have to take all that work away when they fix this dev 4.43, you know, when they get to 3. I hope it's at 3. So maybe we should go and work on other stuff and then come back to this. Because we have to link these checkboxes. We were kind of starting at the top and going down this thing. So let me think here. Produce as needed is going to be like a checkbox. This one, we could work on these. This we could work on right now. Current workers versus max workers. That has nothing to do with anything. What happens if we run this right now with these things the way they are? I just want to make sure. The other thing we could work on also is the research panel being too big. We actually could work on that right now. Let's do that. Let's work on fixing this research panel for size. All right, this works. You know, I played another video game on my other channel, and they had the same issue where this wouldn't go to the bottom of their thing, like I had in that one. I forget what issue. Oh, it's my event thing. The event thing doesn't like going to the bottom on its little scroll thing. Right now, it's too big. We have to have like a bunch of stuff in here. Go. Yeah, so like next one, it should see this is at the top. I played another video game where you had to. Oh, what happened? where you had to manually drag that down. I think it's just a weird Godot thing. Anyways, yeah, let's work on the research part, and we can try kind of hopefully maybe next weekend it will be fixed. If it's not, then we get I don't know. Well, it depends how long it takes us to fix this shit. But let's do that and hope, fingers crossed, that it is fixed by the time after. Whatever. By the time we need it. So the research description panel is the problem here. If we open this up, we put in a certain amount of space for the county improvement, and it no longer fits here, and so it pushes this all down. And this is why we can't get to that close, but I guess I didn't show that part. And then we might need this open just as reference anyways. I'm using a new version. Oh, well, that's going to be busted because that was open. It's this. So see how this pushes this down? So we could split this into two panels, and we could put this over here. I guess the chat works. That was, yeah. That's because I have another thing was open. Man, the 4.4 Dev 2 being busted really throws a wrench in my life. How's your life, Joker? So what we'll do, I think we could put this on a scroll thing. Thank you for testing. Wait, that's a different account. Usually it says glitch code over there on YouTube. You have like 12 different accounts. So we put this over here. Because this is we still have like, this is only showing like half of it. I think we should put a scroll. This is about a third of the screen. So let's put this thing. Let's put a thing here. A scroll box thing. There you go. Yeah, there it is. So let's put we're gonna need an H box in here. Of course we're gonna need we're gonna need an H box. Of course we're gonna need an H box in here. And wait. This is gonna go up here. And we're gonna need this thing's gonna need to be inside of it. What did I just move though? This margin container, I just fucked it up here. This margin container, go back in here. I think it was under here, yeah. This margin container needs to be inside this H box. What is this margin container doing? It just holds it down so you can see this stuff, which we were thinking about getting rid of. The idea is that you kind of want to be able to see your amount of resources to compare the thing. What you're building here, because well, the county improvement thing would be nice to see too. I guess I'll leave that there. If that's the case, then this H box needs to actually be in here, and this needs to be in here, and that's more what we're looking for. And then we want this though to expand. Visible layout, container sizing, it's already on fill. Why do you think that this is filled? That's not filled. That's not. Maybe this is not right. Nope. We want this to fill. Margin container is fine. H box is all the way there. Research panel, we probably need you to fill. Expand. There we go. Then we're gonna have another. Do I have a panel? Is this thing a panel already? No, they're just sitting in here. What is this thing? This is an H box waiting for him to appear. So let's do this instead. We're going to add in a scroll thing, a scroll container. And then we're going to put this up here. Yeah. And then inside the scroll container, what does it want again? It wants to have a V box or an H box or a control. We're going to want a V box in there. Add, I think, a V box. And then we're going to put these buttons up here. you like the V-Box name? Where is this shit? It seems to be gone. Oh, it's up here in the corner. It's inside the H box. We need this thing, though, I think. Yeah, it's going to be on the left. So this should be over here. And then this one, we're going to want to put a minimum size on it. And it's going to be 600. Yeah, we're pushing this over. Look at all those emojis. I still, you know, I always say this. I don't know what what any emojis mean. I'm too old. 600 is the width of the county improvement container. But I'm thinking maybe so we want this to expand, but only to a certain amount. So maybe on this one, what is that, 1280? 640 times 2, 1280. I always double check. Whoops, I got two of those. I always double check my my math. Well, I guess we could just put this at 640. And then this title, what are you doing here? We want you to expand. I don't know what you're doing. I want you to be like that, but you're not. Phrase county improvement. This is on center. And then what is this thing? Okay, this is the V box. No, this is H box, yes. No, this is no longer going to be an H box. This is going to be a V box because they're going to be in there. So wait, we have a V box in here already. Well, it's an H box right now, but this is going to be up here, and this is going to be up here. And then we'll get rid of this one. This is going to break some shit for a second here. There is no Dev 3, man. I wish. I looked for it this morning. Unless it came out since I looked for it this morning. I wish there was Dev 3. There, you know, you can compile your own. It just seems like a nightmare to me to try to do that with the newest changes. What is your problem? It's intended to work with a single child. How about you not do that? The scroll box, we are going to have a V box inside this, but it will be, this is what we'll do. V box. We're going to go like this, like this, like this. There we go. It's a new version for the MetaQuest. What? This kind of works well with chat over there. Chat right here, and then there's this little gray spot. All right, that's what we needed to do. Now we have the scroll thing. There's nothing in here yet. We're going to put in a test one. We might have to fuck with this a little bit later, but let's do county improvement of this resource. No, it's not the resource, though. It is called, it's a UI scene that we need to stick in here as a test to see how it works. County improvement panel container. That doesn't seem right. And county improvement panel container should actually be set to expand. I don't know if I'm, oh, it is set to expand. I feel like this is just a temporary issue. What does it think that there's? This is in the scroll box. Let's duplicate this. And it's down there. These are not expanding though, because we would see them. Well, besides them being invisible, they're not expanding. I wonder if we redo this. I wonder if there's something with this. Maybe I should have deleted this. And oh well, wait. No, I didn't. I changed its type, so it's not going to work anyways. Because I need to update on that in the script. Yeah. Well, no, it still is just this little thing. Let's null reference work panel under construction status. Yeah, it's tried to do the thing, but it can't do it because it's missing the other thing. The other thing, and then it's trying to get rid of them, but it can't because of the other thing. So let's fix that. That should probably be under here somewhere. County improvements in research parent. County improvements in research parent. Is that what we're calling that thing? What do you want? An H box. That's what we're calling that thing. That is not. Oh, I guess that's what I called it here. What a weird way to. What a weird thing to call that. That's exactly what's happening there. Is the thing is missing the thing, which is missing the thing. So this is going to be a V box now. And then we're going to build. Yeah, the 4.4 wouldn't build. Wouldn't build, and this thing still don't stick. I don't know if I'm doing something wrong or if it's just what it is. But yeah, if I put in up here, gotta go up to one of them. If I go on this Fisher shed and put anything in here, like an object, it doesn't remember what object I put in there. So if I put this in there, and then I save it, we can also click this save button, and then I go away. We gotta go up to it. It's gone. So we skipped ahead to a different part to work on, and then hopefully 4.4 Dev 3 will come out any second. I'm just waiting any second for it to come out. All right, back to this thing. Now it's the developers. The developers of Godot. We can blame it on the community because it's community-driven software. All right, so this thing, I don't know why this is invisible here. at all. I have no idea at all. Alignment beginning. Center. Layout. We want this to expand. It did not expand. But it is centered. We don't, look how long that is. We don't want that. Maybe we do want that because it's part of the scroll container. The scroll container is that wide. We'll have to fool around with this a bit. Yeah, so that's the right size. Like I said, I don't know why that's invisible though. What would be on top of that? Like it's cutting off just a tiny bit. I wonder if there's something. No, it doesn't look like it. I was thinking if there's like something just perfectly, maybe under construction or remove improvement. Nope. Nope. We do need to assign this thing here. And look, there's a little scroll thing right there. That's the thing, is the scroll thing. That's just the little scroll, baby. I think that's the scroll thing. Is this the, this is, what do you mean? I'm surprised this isn't expanding out either. We need this. You mean this little container? Maybe we need this on expand. I thought it did it on its own, though. I guess so. Okay, so there it is. Oh, this is doing that. Okay, so we're back to that theme is fucking this up. So we're gonna get rid of this theme. So we're gonna go back to this theme. The other day, Joker, when I was streaming, I was like, I know there's a thing in here. I know there's gotta be a node. Lord Mac, how's it going? I was like, there's gotta be a node that does what I want it to do. Where is Joker? Because I know he would know the name of the node. And then I just Googled it. We have a problem though with this margin container needs to be fixed. I think it's 31. There we go. Then we need to add in a color rect, and that's what I was wondering. I was like, there's got to be something, and I was like, Joker would know what it is. And it's called a color rect. I think it's probably going to need to be in here, and then let's change this to whatever the default. I wonder if I have it down in my nope. I don't feel like that's the right one. What did I use in the other one? We'll copy it. We'll put it in the swatch thing. It is background color. It says it's white. I mean, this gray is the gray we want, but this white is not what we want. But you know what? We'll fix this, I think. So we have some white text here, which is why this is pushed down. And we'll go back to here, try to figure out why this is not expanding. I think it's because something like this, something needs to push this open, as if I remember correctly, is the problem. Like one of these things, this thing like doesn't care. It just wants to know, well, it is set to expand. It feels like this should be it, but it's already set. It has no minimum size. Does it have a... What else is down here? Just this improvement button. Button, mask, left mouse, huh? Layout. Those all look right. Use the eyedropper tool. No, that's a good idea. But it turns out I didn't need to do anything. It was white was right. White was right, huh? Lord Mac, have you heard of Scourge of War, or anyone else in chat? Cancel culture isn't a real thing. It's such a bizarre thing. There's like a whole video on it by Cody Shody. Cody Shody. It'll have a weird white line there. Well, let's see how it works. We got to get this expand to work, and I'm kind of confused again why it doesn't. Let's go back into, not that. Go back into here. We have our color rect. We have our H box. We have our V box. County improvements. V box. Then this thing is there. The scroll container is the correct width. Okay, this thing though, shrink center. There we go. There we go. All right, so then the problem is that this text is sitting on top of the white thing. It's some older game. I think you might like it. It's some older game that from 2008 or something that a remaster has just been released. I streamed the remaster just like I didn't actually play a battle. I just fucked around. It's kind of interesting. Yeah, I did a thing. 2008 is ancient. But it's kind of interesting if they can make the remaster better. I think it's gonna be a great game to play because I love the line dudes up and shoot at each other games. I don't know what to do about this label, and I don't know how I feel. This is quite large. That's fine. I think the quite largeness is fine. People are going to have to figure out that you can scroll down. Give the label a black outline. Let's see here. Yeah, exactly. The one I bought is the Napoleonic one, but they have a Gettysburg one too. Yeah, they're great. And this one's like real time. It has like everything that I love about them, but it's just the controls and stuff are so dated. It's extremely painful to play. Label black outline. I don't even know if I even know how to do that. Let's look at visibility or something. Let's see here. We could use the eyedropper thing over here. But I don't know how I feel about this white thing. Right here. Font. Oh, we have to do like a, whatchamacallit? Theme override or something? Font. Then we have to like create a font. A new thing. Colors. Font outline. Oh, maybe this is an O. Outline color. Font color. I mean, that works. It will be readable. Pike and shot error would be amazing. I think I streamed it and then I decided to play it some that game called Pike and Shot, and it's turn based, and I decided to play it offline a little bit. I was like, oh, I'm hankering for some of that, and just all of its problems were so glaring and dated. Uh, I mean, let's do this. This looks ugly as shit, but let's do this. Let's turn this off and look at it in game, you know. Yeah, you know the Total War. Oh, you know the one I played was Empire, I think, but that was actually pretty good. Um, all right, so right there, I can see a problem. That problem being that we get this glaring white box, and then there's gonna be another problem that we're gonna have. So my color rect is not that, but this works. Yeah, my color rect is not gonna work the way we want. We might have to have two color rects as like a lame workaround. So if we go to this one and we make it so I did the Darth Mod Empire one. Is that I think it was Empire, so I still have a shortcut on my desktop. I used to have a shortcut on my desktop for it. I may have I may have uninstalled it at some point. Yeah, it doesn't look like I do. It was, you know what? I also think I could type it in here. Darth Mod Empire. There it is. that's the one I was using. You know, it's funny. My work people always apologize for their messy desktops. So let's do this. Let's go this. I think we're going to have two color rects is what's going to happen. What does this look like if we turn this off? That's back to that darker color. See, I wish this stuck like that. Actually, maybe we don't need a color rec. What is this? Well, we could change this font back. Maybe we don't need that. Where is this label? We turn this font color back off. We close this thing up. You I had a coworker that did that. Would always hide their desktop things. Mobile? How would you play that on your phone, though? I feel like that would be really difficult. Oh, that was the reason why I wanted a thing in the background, is because I was like, why did I have that? This is the color I want. It's because of this bleed through. So let's do this. Let's just put two, like all of this is half-ass shit until we do a beautification project here. So let's do this. Let's put this color rect. We'll have two of them. This one will go into the research panel, except we need to put it at the top here. It doesn't seem, oh, it's turned off. It needs to be up here, it looks like. Nope, needs to be up here. But then it goes over the whole thing. You know, there was some other game that I heard recently was like doing really well on what the fuck was it? It will come to me, some strategy game, and I was just like, how the fuck would they play that? But maybe, you know, I didn't grow up like with cell phones or iPads and stuff, so maybe it's just, you know, me not adjusting to it. So we do want this here. We want it in the H box. And it looks like I want it in the panel, but at the top of the panel. And we'll have to put the color in, though. Let's pretend like it's this color. Yeah. So then let's go back to wherever that, whoops. Well, I guess it's fine. Let's go back to the county improvement panel where we did this with this color rect, and let's turn this on. Let's turn this other thing off. And then let's use the dropper tool to try to get this color, if it will work. And then we'll use the dropper tool to get the color, and then we'll save it as a thing. You know, I keep getting this ad when I look at Reddit for some new version of Tetris, but they don't call it. It's called like Block Blaster or something like that, and it's just fucking Tetris. And I was like wondering if Tetris, like, its copyright expired or something, and they're just like re-releasing Tetris as like a new thing, and it literally makes me laugh. Like, it's, every time I say, I'm like, what the fuck? How can you re-release Tetris? Color, where are you? Visibility or something. But see, those, if I go to here, can I get the dropper tool? And then will it work if I click here? It will. This is the, oh, no. Then we're going to go like this, though. And I'm going to add this to the swatch. And then I'm going to revert this thing. Then I'm going to close that. Then we're going to go to here. Nope. Then I'm going to go to here. And then I'm going to go to this color rect, even though this color rect looks right now. Oh, it's because I set it to some color. So there's our color rect. Then let's duplicate this color, and we'll put this a second color rect over in we're gonna need this somewhere. So this is this, and here okay, it can't be in there because that's an H box. So this whole, or a V box, the whole thing is a V box. So how are we gonna do this? We're gonna need like a panel container that has this V box inside of it. What a giant pain in my ass. Why am I doing this? Oh, because when there's only one of them. It doesn't look like that's the problem. What if we make this thing like that, and we close this, and we do it again? Maybe it fixed itself. Oh my god, an hour's already passed. It did. I mean, it fixed itself enough for us to, we don't give a shit, man. All right, well, that was too easy. What are these bugs down here? Oh, we're back to this thing. So the status, it couldn't update the status. Let's make sure everything's closed. Pause. These are, I'm just going to run this again. I'm going to clear these and make sure that those are, we got to figure out what's going on there. I have a feeling that we have some other like minor, maybe those bugs were always happening over there. Oh no, it's happening here. County improvement data status. Those are getting, this, I don't think this should be running. I guess I just have it set up to run when the game starts. We'll get back to that. I'm going to leave this up, and I'm going to go take a quick break. And I will be back in less than 5 minutes. Let me throw up. Yeah, there's my break timer. We'll leave it right on that other text to make it easy to read. All right, I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. While I was outside, I was looking at my phone and I found out there is a Clerks 3, the movie. And I was wondering what more do they have to say with what they already haven't said in Clerks 1 and 2. Uh, I, what did that come out? Um, Clerks movie. I want a wiki. Uh, yeah, we don't need that. I was hoping it would talk about the original ending. Okay, I guess I'll have to look up Clerks 3. You know how, like, sometimes they have. It came out 2 years ago? I, oh, Kevin Smith. Uh, I watched some of, I watched some of his interviews and stuff a while ago, and um, he seemed like a really funny, smart guy, but then as times pass, he just seems like he might be mildly mentally ill. Like there's something weird going on. Uh, and it's kind of sad. I think so. I think it's saying that county improvement data status is missing when we run this. So I think something must have been broken. Let's let's copy this error. Null reception. I think it's something with that change we did. Uh, where is it calling this stuff? 42 is what I think we were just looking at. Yeah, 42 is what we were just looking at. 90. Under construction status is, those are enums. Are these things not, well, even if they were, they would be, let's go, where are we here? Their status would be none. All the time. It should be none. But then it's updating. Maybe I changed the name on something. Let's look here. This all looks okay. We drag some shit around, so maybe one of them there's like a get child or some dumb shit in here. County Improvement Panel Containers 71. County Improvement 71. What are these things doing? Construct button. Under construction. This is in the container. Let's look at the container. Maybe I missed something in the container. There's everything's there. Let's look back over here. A tangerine. Tangerines are pretty good. I've probably mentioned this before, but my parents have a lot of fruit trees, and like tangerines is just piles and piles of tangerines. When I was growing up, just a million tangerines. You know what probably it is? I changed something from it seems like it would tell me this though. What is all this? Look at all this. It seems like it would tell me if this was the problem. Under construction status, like one of these things. But it's saying that it's the county improvement data is missing, right? Let's rebuild this thing. Maybe I inadvertently removed something from like a faction data research or something. It's having a problem with two of them. Yeah, same spot too. GD print. County improvements data. This thing should be assigning. How does this thing work here? What does this thing do? County Improvement Panel container. I don't remember how this works. If they didn't exist, we would all have Lyme disease probably, right? Is it Lyme disease? No, scurvy. Not Lyme disease is the thing you get from ticks. um, uh, yeah, I think we'd all have scurvy, right? Oh, it made it past that. I figured it would croak on this one. They should all be going to this default. Check for county resources. Faction data, improvement data, construct button. Maybe it's this thing. Let's go back to our issue, which is or at least we would have a lot more scurvy issues back in history. What the fuck was I doing? I'm doing status equals complete. Let's go back to this thing. Did it actually put this in the output? County improvement. It's blank. It's blank. Vision. There's that sci-fi book called Blindness where everyone goes blind. It made me think, like, what if we had evolved without sight? How interesting like that would be. You know, if we were like blind bats, moving around. So wherever this is supposed to be getting assigned, and I don't actually remember. It's supposed to update this here, but I feel like this is not. This may have been like a test thing. Why? I think it was a test thing. It was just because I was testing something. Let's see. So I don't know why that would be on ready. Because on ready, there isn't anything to do there. Yeah, it was just whatever that was. This is all right. And then let's go to research and look at this again. This is fine. I mean, this is ugly. But this is all here. Everything we wanted. We are very visual. Everything is very, very much required for visuality. Visuality for our existence. Let's find one. Here we go. I was going to say let's find one that doesn't have one. This will work for what we're doing, which is kind of a bummer we're done with that because I was trying to not work on the next part because of the Godot engine. I guess we could start we could go, well, let's look at our list. Maybe there's something on our list that we can jump to before we go to the next thing. Create graphic and warehouse county improvement. This is no longer a problem. We fix this. This is a different thing. Was it? I think there was a button that I needed to add. There was. The button we need to add is remove. Oh, I already added it. All right. Remove improvement. Well, I mean, it's not done. The button's there. Pick between inputs, outputs as needed. prioritize button so people will choose to work. We already have that. The amount of resources the building generates every day should be on the possible building panel. We already have that, don't we? Yes, this is the output produces. We don't. None of this shit's linked up because we need the thing. I mean, we can do it without, but I'm hoping that we don't have to. When something starts building, it needs to be on the left panel. Multiple copies of it. We already did this. Except we probably need to test that. Prioritize construction so people will leave their jobs to construct county improvements. This is a duplicate because we're having that one prioritize button do everything. County improvement output could take more than 1 day. Test that checking and charging for county improvements is working. So that is what, there was some weirdness with that, but we can't test that until that thing is removed. All right, so let's do this. Description needs to be higher in the box. I think we fixed that. We did. We fixed that already. All right, so I have this is in here twice too. We have to rewrite how people work anyways. I wonder if we can get away with that because of the prioritize button. So we can work on this prioritize button, but once again, without these outputs working, I guess I might just have to bite the bullet. We could do these current workers and max worker buttons. 9 of 750. Yeah, we could at least fill these in so that it updates correctly. Because that's not going to change regardless. Oh, and we need another thing too that's in the county data. So we have the max workers that can ever happen, but when you're lowering it down there, that's that new max workers. So let's put that in there. We can do that. I don't know why I'm waiting. I don't think there's anything I can do about it could take, a month for Dev 3 to come out. I did look, and I think it's like every couple, like, it varies, but I think it's like usually a couple of weeks. So we have max workers, max builders, max workers. And then what we'll do in here, should this be exportable? No. Let's do public adjusted max builders. And then we're going to do, oh, yeah, we need a number or a thing in here. We need a type. Then we need public adjusted max workers. And then we'll put this underneath here. We'll save that. We need to go down to this thing where we copy stuff. And we'll go adjusted. You gonna do it for me? No. How about now? No. Adjusted. And then we'll do this down here. Adjusted. Okay, so that's there now. Then let's fuck with this, because this is going to be a pain in the ass to a point. We actually, I think we're going to need another number in here. We're going to need another number or another thing in here for both of these. So let's go add that in. I mean, we might as well get this stuff going. I had a friend who would always make these hypothetical statements like, "Man, imagine if your dick was on your forehead. If everyone was born with their dick on their forehead, it'd be so crazy." And I'd always be like, "But it wouldn't be that crazy because that would be normal if everyone's dick was on their forehead." you know, like, and he'd always be like, "Well, but," and I'm like, "But it wouldn't be weird because we would think it was normal." you know. Okay, so we're gonna need to add in another label right here. You're like, where is that coming from? It's coming from my thing about if we were all born blind. I like to hypothesize about like stuff and then think about like how the world would have changed. So we're gonna call this adjusted max workers, and then we're gonna have so the max workers. We're gonna need another one of these. Yeah, I mean, well, if we evolved that way, if we suddenly all had dicks on our foreheads, it would be very weird. If suddenly and then everything worked though, it would be very weird. But if we evolved that way, then we would just be used to it. So this is just one label, huh? So I think what we'll do is we'll put like like this. Oh, look at it pushing it out though. Oh, did I duplicate? I did duplicate it. That's okay. All right. And so we'll go like that. We'll delete this one, even though this is gonna, let's not do that actually. Let's just copy this one and put it in here and then delete this one that I duplicated. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So we're gonna have this big line of garbage. You know what we also could do though to make this less? We could go like current max. Then we cut this and we go like that. That's going to be very confusing. And then on this one, this one needs to be up here. This one should be like this. And then this is just too big. This is just too big. So what we'll have to do, we know what we'll do to solve all problems. You know how this works. This is an H box. We will change this type to a V box. Whoops. That did not work how I wanted. And then in the V box, we'll add an H box. All problems, all UI problems, all UI problems are solved with H boxes inside of V boxes. This is not an H box anymore, though. This is a V box. And then this is going to go up here. No, it's going to go right here. And then all of these things are going to go in here. And that looks absolutely dog shit. That's okay, though. We'll fix it. Absolute dog shit. We want this in layout here. Can we center you? I think I ran into this before. It would be pretty interesting if we could see more color spectrum. Or maybe it might be too confusing though. There we go. And then this, what we would do, I don't think this is what we, oh, okay, that's what we want. This looks so confusing. What the flying fuck is this? No, this is how it's supposed to look. All right, it's fine. We'll just leave it like that. As long as we have the information right now, the ugliness, we can deal with the ugliness. So that is, we're going to have current, and then we got to do the same thing down here. Yeah, that's fine. I was looking at this like, is this how we want to? Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. I'm talking to myself, but also chat at the same time. So we'll go back down to here, and we'll go to, you know what, it's going to be faster if we just copy this H box. We just copy this, and then we put this in this thing. Nope, too high. We put it in here. Nope, too high. We put it in here, but not right there. We're going to make this small temporarily. This is going to go into, it goes in this V box actually. And then we want this construct stuff. We want this to be out of here. And then we want you, probably I'm gonna delete, but let's make it go away. Then we're gonna go you up here. And then we're gonna delete you. And then we're gonna go up to this thing and anchor it in the middle. And this is gonna say something different though. This is gonna be adjustable workers. And then this is going to be all the way down here. I'm going to be kind of lazy, and I'm going to regret it later. That's going to be here. It's going to be builders. And then I think we're good there. Let's go back up to this thing, though, and rename this to adjustable workers. Okay, what is this one? What is this H box or V box? This is like a production and building. And then this H box is, oh. Why is there an H box here? I don't want to mess with it, but why are you here? When we have this V box here, can I take you out of here without it imploding? It seems to work fine without this H box. We just have an additional H box in here. And then this thing goes at the bottom. I mean, I guess it's not a surprise that I would have too many of those since I solve all problems with the H boxes and stuff. Now we broke something though. It's up here. Yeah, we need to reassign a bunch of shit. Current builder's number. I actually wasn't expecting. Oh, yes. No, we got more. No, that's just these ones. Yes, this is the one I was expecting. So we go down to here. We go to here. We go to here. We need a current builder's number. I guess I am going to rename this because I'm already like, what? Current builder's number. Adjusted max builders number. Max workers, max builders. You know, what's going to be crazy is we need to translate this piece of dog shit right here. I don't know how that's going to work, but we're going to do it. And we'll do that right now. I mean, not right this second, but very soon. Then we need to go back to here. And we need to go back to here. I guess we can, it's easier in this current situation just to do this. Max minus builders mutton. This has the wrong name on it. I don't know if that's going to matter. And then we'll save this. Casper, how's it going? Yeah, you know, I don't like typing on my phone. I sent a message. I have like my texts and stuff go to my computer. And I sent a message. I'm you've probably seen it here in my streams. I'm very anal about making sure shit's typed or spelled right and whatnot. And because I just have always struggled with that through my whole life, so whatever. It's important to me. And I typed a big long text message to my friend where I was just like joking around about stuff. And when I looked at it later, I noticed it was just filled with fucking typos. just misspellings, all sorts of stuff. And I was like, I was like, oh, some of it's autocorrect. And then I was like, you know what? No, some of this is just. So I definitely know what you feel there. Green mutton constructor. Okay, so we have this stuff. This is, that's what we also could do actually while we're waiting. I just suddenly wanted to 4.4 dev 1 August 24th 26th. So it was like 2 weeks, and we're almost 2 weeks, maybe next weekend. Yeah, let's do the translation too. We might have to change some things, but we can get started on that. Let's run this though and see what is, if we get any bugs, because that's not good. That's not good. All right, that still is working. Where's our things though? Yeah, that looks so confusing. And look, there's no space here, but there's a space here. Okay, we can fix that though. Is there a space? Okay, we can't fix that. It's not a real space. So what we'll do instead is we'll have a space here, in here, and then we'll go up to other thing wherever I put it. Adjustable workers. This is the construction thing. Adjustable inputs, outputs, production, workers panel. Is this buried down in this thing? It is buried down in this thing. We'll go space and space. There we go. So then let's fire up the old Excel file. The good old Excel file here and see how this works. Well, not see how it works. To make it work. All right. I'm going to move. I slowly scoop back as I program. And all right. So the first thing we're going to need is something that says construction progress, which is going to be a title. Title. Is this thing organized? Oh, we already have it in here. See, this is not organized. Can you do control A, control? No. You can. All right, let's go to data. We just need an A to Z here. And then we'll save this thing. And so title construction progress we have in here. So we just need to go through this thing and put these in here. This will go over here. Prioritize. Did we do that one? That would be a word. I don't see, or is it a title? I guess it's a title. It is a title. I bet you used numpad? Numpad? You mean the 10 key? Prioritize. No, we don't. Why did I put these on different things? Well, I don't want to go back. Man, I know I tell a lot of stories about my work. There's some of our laptops have 10 keys and some do not. And people are very passionate about their 10 key. Improvement name. So those should automatically be getting updated. The description should automatically be getting updated. Produce as needed is next. That we need to translate. I don't know where there it is. This one's just a checkbox. So I wonder why I did this one as a checkbox and a label and then put it in a container, and then this one's just a checkbox. There's probably some reason. 10 key is dumb. It's a 2-digit number. Produce as, yeah, I guess we'll find out if that's going to be a problem. Produce as needed. Is a title? Is it? This isn't really a title. I'm going to change this to a word. It's not really, unless I don't think we have a thing that says prioritize, then prioritize, no. Let's change this to word. Prioritize. Let's copy this back over here. And put it over here. And then produce as needed. Do we have that? That's going to be a phrase. But I could have put it under title. I don't see it. It's going to be a phrase. Produce as, come on, needed. And this will go over here. This will go to one of these clicks will get us to the right place, or to the right place here. Produce as needed. Where are you? Here you are. And output produces. I don't like that. it is gonna, I'm afraid of produces needed. How the fuck am I gonna make that work? Output produces. Output productions. Productions. Products. Products. Is steel a product? Steel's a product. Is swords, guns, they're all products. Coal, water, products. I think product could work better than output. Produces. I think that'll work. Word, product. Product. No. No. Shift tab. Product. Is that how you spell product? Why does it suddenly look misspelled to me? It is. An article or substance that is manufactured or refined. Refined. Coal is not refined. I mean, you can. All right. Steel. All right. Iron. Rocks. Water. I think product will work for now. What are they calling in Victoria? 3. Let's go back to this one then. And so we'll do output title. Did I say that was a word? God damn it. I'm back to like, I don't know if these titles should. So this is a different title. These things, possible improvements. Maybe we should just ditch that title because this is a different type of title. I think we should ditch this title. Possible improvements. Construction progress. Yeah, we should just ditch the title thing, I think. So yeah, word. We'll fix these. Goods. They call them goods. Goods. And the goods would be water, steel, sexo. I saw this over here. Category of goods. Yeah, that's what this is for, is this category of things that are produced by the the county improvement. And it might not have anything, but, you know, it's most likely to have one or more things that it can produce. Goods, huh? What do they call it in economy? It's probably goods. I imagine that like Victoria developers do a little economic research. In economic studies, what do they call things that are produced from work? I'm trying to be vague so that I don't, you know, goods there and services. Okay, it's goods. Okay, so it is goods. I don't want to like copy Victoria is the problem. You know, I don't want to make, I'm not trying to make a Victoria 3 clone. That is not the goal. You know, I was saying that the other day that like I feel like games need, especially strategy games, need to bring something new to the table. Like if you produce a new game, it needs to have something that's just not the same old shit. That is true. Victoria does not. But that's why I wanted to see what it was, what it was really called. Um, but then that makes me keep thinking about, like, because I was saying that the other day, the thing about games need to bring something new. They can't just be the same old shit. That there's 20,000 fucking Vampire Survivor clones, and of the 20,000, two of them probably bring something new to the table. Uh, I gotta keep that in mind while I'm making my game, because I don't want to put out just some generic piece of shit. That's that's like, oh yeah, I've played this. I played Dominions 5, or whatever. I played CK3. Uh, gotta have new and improvements. Innovation will be the key. All right, let's go put this in here. Output produces is gonna be goods. Word goods. Or it could be like goods produced. I think we need to put produced in there, honestly, because I think it's gonna be. Yeah, let's put goods produced. I've been playing a lot of CK3 as well. I don't know why. That game is so easy. Phrase goods. They have improved it. And I'm always bitching and moaning about Paradox games, but I do put a significant number of hours into them. So I guess I get my money's worth. I just wish they were. Yeah, well, I mean, flops. A free open source game is probably gonna flop. I don't know. I don't think I can compete. So I got to keep my expectation low, but definitely there. The knowledge that I'm, fingers crossed, the knowledge that I'm learning should be irreplaceable. I sound like my parents or something. Produced. Okay, just making sure I type this. No, see, this is what I get. This is what I get from trying to just type it in there. That would have been wrong because I didn't have phrase at the beginning. Okay. So goods produced. Let's rename this to goods produced. Produced title. And then let's fix these other thing. I am right. I gotta keep giving myself the reformations that I'm alive and not dead. So let's fix this title. Construction progress should now be phrase. Whoops, accept all. Phrase. And then this one should be phrase. And then let's put this wherever we have this. This is construction progress. So this should be right at the top. And then what was the other one? Phrase, possible improvements. That's in a whole different, wait, what? Construction progress, possible improvements. That's over here. There should be a title. Nope, not that one. There's a title that says buildings. Well, we need to fix that. We can fix that. See, there's stuff to work on. It's not like I'm out of things to work on in this area. I just had something in my mind, the order of what we were going to do, and it would be nice if we could do that stuff, because it's going to be a lot of work here. All right, so let's do this one. I don't know what this song is I'm listening to that you guys can't hear, but it's pretty good. I don't even know what the name of the band is. It kind of sounds like Wolf Parade. Phrase. Current improvements. Current improvements. That's true. There is a lot of things that have been done. Yeah, well, there's definitely gonna be some wild stuff. I don't know if that's why to make it different. Um, but yeah, no, there is a lot of things that have already been done. I don't know if I agree with almost everything though, because there are changes. I feel like I think if so, I was telling this to my sister because she has two kids that like I feel like they're in the like when they're like 10 or something, when they're in the 20s, um they're gonna have like so many things have changed. Like I saw like the internet, appear and stuff, but it appear and become a piece of shit all in the span of like 20 years. Um, but I think we're like really on the edge of some crazy changes that are going to be either really exciting or devastatingly bad. Uh, I know everyone keeps talking about the bad repercussions of AI, but and then also like the fact that AI is kind of a joke. I think we're going to see a lot of the bad repercussions of AI, but I'm hoping, because AI is kind of a joke, but I'm hoping that what comes from that is improvements in everyone's lifestyle, or not lifestyle, their what is the quality of life? There we go, quality of life. And so hopefully, I'm hoping. But yeah, no, I feel like we're same with video games. Because it's so easy to make a video game, we should be seeing, I hope, innovation. But I actually posted this on my Discord too. I was having a discussion with my friend, and I keep hearing this, and I don't think it's true. The thing that I keep hearing is that they don't make movies like they used to, and the the reason why people say that is or this is the reason my friend was saying is because Hollywood is they just want explosions and shit. But I've been hearing that forever. Um, we're going to movies. We're both talking about movies. Good, because then we can have this discussion. Um, I don't think that's true. I think we just don't hear about the indie movies that are made. So back in when I used to really be into filmmaking, not like making a film myself. I wanted to, but I didn't have the money or skill. Mostly skill, and money. Both were equally bad. But I really wanted to make movies. And back then, at the beginning, there was no digital cameras. So, like, you had to buy film and you had to get that film developed. Like, so if you shot a movie and you wanted to reshoot it was like a really, you had to wait months for it to get developed, and then you had to watch it. Then you had to cut it on your kitchen table with fucking scissors and shit. It was like a big, big work of effort and money to get that done. Now you could shoot a movie with your phone. Um, and I think the thing is I think that's it's much easier to make a movie now, and I think that's happening. But I don't think we hear about the movies. I think the problem is the marketing. Like all those movies, these independent movies are out there. We just don't hear about them. And I'm curious to find a bunch of independent movies. They're probably most of them are garbage, but that's how it is. And so I don't know. I read some. What the fuck was the lyric? It was some Katy Perry lyric that I was just shocked how dumb it was. But I see the same thing. I think there's tons of new music. We just don't hear about it. It's just the stuff that's unpopular. Somehow, I think the problem is capitalism, honestly, because what happens is you reward the dumb shit. like that hits that is the main the most people will like. So music especially, like the pop music charts are awful. Like all this shit on there is terrible. But they also have manipulated that, and then you just hear it all the time, and so you're like, I guess that's a good song, and then you go buy the album or whatever you do these days. Pirate it? I don't know what you do. How you get music? Like, do you buy music? Do people buy music? I just listen to it on YouTube for free. But I think there's tons of new music out there. So there's a band called what is the name of this band? Something in the Sniffers. I think her name's like and the Sniffer. It will figure it out. Aim on the Sniffers. I figured this band was old, and I was talking to a friend, and she said, no, they just came out recently. They're like a new band. And I was like, what? Because it like came up. Um, but no, so Casper, I totally agree that um, it used to that there all we hear are the stupid remakes and the covers, and the same thing with movies is all we see are these shitty movies and things. But it has something to do with how the internet has turned into a pile of dog shit. Um, yeah, I used to be in a couple of bands, and it definitely is hard. I don't think making the music process has gotten any easier. I think the recording music probably. Movies, I think it's probably gotten easier because of the accessibility of cameras and stuff. Because if you wanted two cameras back when an independent movie creation, that was so expensive. But now you just got like 6 phones. You have all your friends recorded. The new 28 years later was recorded on an iPhone 15 or something, I guess. Sorry, I went on a long diatribe. There was no programming, and how many hours did I talk? 16 hours later, I've gotten to my point that you are right. I don't know. What type of music do you make, Casper? I think I remember you saying that you were going to practice at some point. I used to be in punk bands, 2, 3 different punk bands. Yeah, I am going to take a break here. What am I going to do? What was I doing though? I'm going to put this back up so I remember what I was doing. Oh, we were doing the translations. County, there was another one I changed. I'm going to do that because I'm going to forget. Phase, county, no, we already did those. So I'm going to put this up, and then I'm going to pause my music and that you guys can't hear, and then I'm going to turn on this, and I will be right back. All right, I am back. I had to stop and pet my cat for a minute there. He is now behind me. Not wanting to get rolled over, but like he often does, he is just behind me, laying on my bed. All right, let's see. We were doing some translations. We got to this. This is done. We did that one. This weird thing. I guess I'm going to put this in as a phrase. I guess. I guess. We're in the workers area and it says builders, so this needs to be renamed here. Builders. And this needs to be current adjusted, adjusted max builders. Builders label. There we go. So yeah, I think I'm going to put this, we're going to need 2 of these. I think I'll put it in as a phrase. It's going to be weird. Phrase, current, adjusted, max, builders. Put in as afraid. We're going to need this too. They're all afraid. I would, as a joke to myself, no, not current, but then I will wonder why something doesn't work later, and I don't want to set myself up like that because that would be bad. Now let's see how this translates. So let's translate all of these because I have a feeling we're going to have like kind of an issue with that translation, but let's see what it does. It puts a little period back there. And this one's a capital. And these ones aren't. Where am I? How's it going? Let's copy this. Let's put this over here. And I guess we'll just leave it like this. There's a reason why. And then let's run this and see what issues we have. We need to put these things in here. This is gonna be builders. And then we need to go find that other thing that's buried down somewhere. Oh, actually, it's not that buried. Let's fix this name, though. Whoops. Let's get this guy. And let's go to here. Then let's rename this to, this is current adjusted max workers label. Let's hit run. Oh, we need a couple more things to do. I'm working on a 2D4X open source strategy game, and currently we're working on fixing some well, I guess each county can have things built there, and they're called county improvements. We gotta re-import this thing. Can I re-import this while it's open? I cannot. And it is fixing. The panel didn't have enough information, v4. And now we've added a bunch of information to this panel, and there's some stuff that we can't fix right now, but we're waiting for like a new version of Godot to come out. But these other things I'm working on, and I'm doing some translations, just setting it up for the future, I guess, of translations. So it's kind of like inspired by Paradox Games and Dominions 5 and 4 and 3, 2, 1, and okay, so these are translated. This is I mean, you can't tell, but it is. We could put it in Spanish to double check, but let's finish this thing. Let's finish all of the ones on here. Let's keep this open so we can look at it too. Or I guess we can use this thing because it's easier to tell. So we need input materials. Let's go back to ChatGPT and what about materials that are used to make the goods? What are those called? Inputs. Well, that's what I already have. Factors of production. Raw material. Resources. Grid square. How's it going? Resources. Resources. What if it's another finished good? Because I like resources. Resources sounds great to me. Am I looking into releasing it? I'm going to release it for free. That's the plan, at least. I have an ongoing joke about DLC. But now that I've explained that it's a joke, but with like everything, yeah, it's going to be early access. Well, I could put resources, input products, input resources and goods, input goods. Materials works okay. I like resources though. Except no, that resources is good because of this title over here. Yeah, this is called resources. But this has like finished stuff in it. Resources and materials equals products and goods. I gotta open this thing back up. Input. Let's go with input. Resources and goods. It's going to be like Crusader Kings. So definitely Crusader Kings is a big inspiration for it. And if you look at like the county, this is going to take place in North America. It's not going to be like City Skylines. I've never actually played that game. I played what was it? SimCity back 100 years ago. So it's definitely got some inspirations from Crusader Kings in here. Crusader Kings is probably my favorite Paradox game. The main thing that I want to do is you're gonna be able to look at everyone who lives there. So that's the main difference is every person is going to be accounted for. So I think what I'm going to do for this, I reopen this, so now it's all fucked up again here. We're going to go phrase, input, resources, and goods. I think that's the key. Grid. Thank you for the suggestion of resources. It didn't even enter my mind, even though I used resources before. Then we're going to put input, resources, and goods. And then we're going to go put this over here. And then what do we do next? Construction cost. That doesn't need to change. I don't think, I kind of vaguely feel like I already have that. What are my favorite games? So that's hard to do because I play a lot of but that's well let's go with that. The input would be a cow. Is that a good or a resource? I guess it's a resource. And then its output is a good, which is shit. It's hard for me to pick my favorite games because I play a lot of indie games and I also lose interest in games like pretty quickly. But I often say that one of the top games I've ever played, I don't play that many AAA games, but Red Dead Redemption 2 is like, I'm always shocked about how good that game is. It's really janky, but for it being a AAA game, but it's like how the world feels alive and shit, I think is pretty amazing. It's like one of the but I've played. I think CK2 might be better than CK3. I can't decide. There's something weird about CK3 that I find. Oh, I was searching for construction and then I didn't even see if it was just one skill name. Is there a period at the no? Construction progress is probably what I was thinking of. Yeah. So we need a phrase. Construction. It was doing it there for me. Cost. I'm trying to think of like I used to like I still do. I just haven't. I burned myself out on Dominions. Was by far like I've played so many hours of Dominions through my whole life. Manure, yeah, and a better name for it than just saying shit. Yeah, I played many hours of Dominions, and I used to love Heroes of Might and Magic, but I've played some like Heroes of Might and Magic clones recently, and I just don't. I don't know. That back to the like games need to innovate conversation we were having earlier. I feel like there's no innovation really in the Heroes of Might and Magic clone sphere, and they're kind of all the same except for that one game. What's Heroes Hour? Heroes Hour was pretty good. I know a lot of people didn't like that game though. I did a top 10 video on my other channel of the games that I had streamed last year, and I'm gonna do another top 10. I have a feeling this one's gonna be really hard though. The top 10, because I don't feel like I'm loving the current games I've been playing. Construction cost. Yeah, Dominions is definitely up there somewhere. It is, and I don't. We were just talking about this. I feel like it's possible that I could work on this game for years and then it not be that good. And I feel like I also on my other channel I stream indie games mostly, and I feel like that comes out that happens somewhat regularly. Like people pour in 5 years of their time into a game that it's just not that fun, and there's ways to go about fixing it, but sometimes I think that devastates the developer. So I'm keeping my expectations low. Of it's quite possible that my game may suck when I'm done with it. What else? We use remnants for construction is what we're gonna have to do next. That's definitely a phrase. I really like Quasimorph. That's a roguelike. If you're into roguelikes, you should check out Quasimorph's really good. Phrase, use remnants for construction. I was just thinking, maybe we want, You know, my old boss used to drive me insane. Actually, most of my bosses throughout. My current boss is okay, and the owners that I work for are actually okay. Use remnants. I think this should probably be a remnants for construction. Remnants. Am I spelling that right? Remnants. Yep. And this is going to go over here. What are some of your guys' top 10 or top 5 games? That's I gotta delete this person. I gotta ban this person. Count from 2018. Feel bad for him. 6-year-old account. Bot selling viewers. Block the person. Ban the person. There we go. And back over here. I've been an IT manager for like 10 or 11 years. About before that, I worked at like FedEx Kinko's, FedEx office for like 10 years, and I also just had like odd jobs. Let's see. Use remnants for construction. Did I add this in here? Remnants for construction. I wonder how we're going to do that. Because it seems like that should default to on. American explicit English words, and he was trying to, you know, recently in my work they just said that they wanted people to chill out with the cussing. No, I'm an IT manager, not a sysadmin. That's a level above my thing, my skill level. I am a firm believer with IT stuff. Almost anyone can learn you can just Google, just Google the shit for 90% of the issues. I was doing something the other day that I'd never done before, and I just Googled and found step by step. You probably don't know like the security risks you're doing unless you do more Googling. It's all about it's the same with programming. Like the time it takes you to get stuff done, it takes you way longer if you don't know what you're doing in IT versus someone who's experienced with it. So that we're with that, and same with programming. It just takes me way longer to do everything. So this we already have. Construction. We had Word. I think it was a skill title though. Yeah, we're gonna have to do a word construction. Word construction. Telling lies. You know, I think I had that. I saw that. I think I saw telling lies on my discovery queue, and I put it on my ignore list. That sounds really familiar. You are an aircraft loading supervisor. You must get paid well for that, though. That's probably a union job, right? Telling lies. This is a porn game. Just for the pictures, I was like, 4 private, 1 big lie. Search through So this goes back to the thing. So I think this goes back to that other conversation we were having earlier, where I think that there's a lot of like I think there are new types of games coming out. Like I might not like it. It might be garbage to me. Are we sure this isn't a porn game? Why do they have these actual? This isn't a real actor, isn't it? And this lady was in what the fuck is the name of that? Westworld. That lady was in Westworld, and this guy is he was in that. What was that? Upgrade or something? That has mixed reviews. But anyways, I think that there are a lot of new like weird games, and some of them, I just don't like because that's not the type of game I'm into. But I do think that there is innovation in video games. It's just it's hard to find them. You just don't hear about them. I only know where I only know some C#. That's pretty much it. That is pretty much all I know, and I'm still a beginner after a couple of years here. So back to the conversation or back to me saying things take longer. Things just take way longer for me to figure out. We need an under construction one. I don't think we have under construction. We do not. And so this is going to be a phrase, under construction. Oh, I didn't put. And this construction. And then what else do we need? Remove improvement. Whoops. I hate when that happens. Remove improvement is a phrase. Remove improvement. Whoops. Got a Q in there. Remove improvements. I haven't played City Skylines. I don't know if I would be into that. It seems stressful to a point. I hate naming things. Well, actually, I like it. No, I don't know. I do. I just constantly change the names on everything because I don't like their names. So I guess it's not that I hate it. I just don't. I'm never satisfied with the finished product. Whoa, whoa, whoa. There we go. Man, yeah. It's corporate greed, They won't give people raises, but except for the big bosses, Stormgate sounds changing. Stormgate sounds familiar as well. Stormgate. Oh, is this like free to play? Free to play, pay to win? I don't know. I generally don't play online games, so I'm very picky, I guess. Early access packs. Is this the one? No, what's the name of that game? There's some new new, not Steam, Valve game that's out. Almost Human I installed on day one. I didn't know it was day one. And I didn't know that also, so I watched a video about Almost Human a while ago. I think it's Almost Human. Here, I'll look on Steam. We'll go through Steam instead of I was doing a discovery queue. I'm surprised My discovery queues are filled with porn since we're asking, or I was talking about it earlier. Almost. Is it called Almost Human? I must be thinking of a different game. Maybe I hit it. Video game, right? Once Human? This is the game I was thinking of, was Once Human. And I installed it like on day one. I didn't know it was day one, and I had watched a video a while ago. Let's go to the Steam page here. And on day one, it was in bad shape, which I guess I should have known. But that video also, I was assuming you would have guns and stuff to start with, but I didn't know it was such a crafting. It's a very, look at that thing, crafting heavy game, and I didn't know that. I thought you would start out with some guns and shit, but I was like, I think I got as far as crafting a crossbow, and then and at the time it was having all sorts of issues. But that game's good. Maybe it's still installed on my gaming computer. Maybe I'll fire it up again because it seems I like the weird shit in it. There's weird shit in it. Another one? All right. Grid, thank you for the follow. I'm going to delete this. I'm going to ban this another thing here. How old is this account? The account was created 19 hours ago, so not that old. We got to report selling. Bot selling. Viewers. And then ban. Yeah, I will check that out again, actually. Thank you for reminding me it exists. It has weird shit, like weird monsters and stuff. So once again, back to another thing where I was saying they got to have something new. Like this is kind of like a zombie survival game, but instead of zombies, it's just weird creatures and stuff. And that's the thing that I mean, there might be zombies in it too. There's no pictures of the weird creatures. Well, kind of. Well, there's a weird creature. But that was the part I was looking forward to. I wonder, you've played it, so is there like, once you're to the crossbow level, how much grind you got to get to the gun level of stuff? The gun level is I want guns. I don't want to have a crossbow. Okay, what are we doing here? Remove improvement. We got to put this, I don't think I copied this over. Maybe I did. Under construction, I didn't copy that one over. There's that. Then let's copy this thing over. And save this. Close this. This is this weird loop. I don't know why it does this, but it does a weird loop. So I always make sure I manually save it with Control S, re-import it. Oh, so you can pick if you can kill someone with a crossbow, you can pick up their gun. I played some of that gray zone warfare that has PvP and PvE, but that game was really jank. I'm waiting. It's like 5 years out. I'm like not a big first-person shooter in like online games too. I'm not a big online first-person shooter guy. I guess we can no, we got to do one more thing. I got to go to local, and we got to change this to Spanish, and We got to run it and see how it looks here. Oh, let's see. That is good. That was already fixed though. Let's go over here. We haven't done this panel yet. Looks good. Looks good. This will. We haven't linked these yet, so that's that problem. This looks good. Oh, this is what this did. It moved the word workers to the front. Trabajadores. Trabajadores. Um, I don't see any English in, well, besides these will be pulled in from a different part. I don't see any English in the parts that we translated. And we need to link these descriptions and stuff. I thought these already were linked. They were linked, and something has happened here. It put the right number out, though. We didn't get a bug down here either. There's let's see here. I missed a bunch of messages. Guns dropping blueprints. I actually dropped a boss, and there's 50 cal sniper. Oh, so you don't have to craft all that crap. I usually like to go on blind to all videos or all video games. I like to learning how to play the game is part of the fun for me. There's 2 storm gates. Storm gate ones. Oh, is that where you were saying check on Steam? Is that there was another gate? And then there's this one. Oh, are they made by the same company? The RT. Oh, this is the RTS one. Valve. I think it's not the Valve. It's not. It's Man, it always feels like it shows up in my news feed all the time. The new Valve. It's like a League of Legends but third-person shooter or something. It only has. Oh, this is DLC though. Why am I looking at this here? Early access pack. Oh, it is. Oh, it has mixed reviews. Yeah, it's free though. Free is always nice. I played some other RTS. I'm trying to think of the name of it. It's on my desktop. These are the Rogue Command. It has a demo, and I played that yesterday to check it out. I guess I'm really picky about video games. I should know that, but I never really been into RTSs except for like close combat and stuff. I gotta figure out what's going on, why this isn't linked here. We should have got a bug if that was a problem. These are all linked. Let's do this again. We should have got a bug like it, and then nothing was there. Yeah, this was working earlier, I'm pretty sure. Maybe it wasn't. Let's look back into this code over here. Maybe I commented it out or something. Updates, construct, update. Maybe we didn't get to that part because I did rebuild a bunch of it. Workers, prioritize. This is just if those things. Oh, right, because they're all different. They're all different. I'm in Oregon. Yeah, I guess we didn't put this in yet. This is showing the certain panels. No, it's right here. Oh, I see what's going on here. This does need to be in ready. This is the container. This isn't the control. This needs to be in container, and I know what the problem is over here too. It just all clicked. The issue with that all being a problem was because I had these sample ones in here, these test ones. We don't need these in here. The test ones were the things that were throwing the errors. Now we shouldn't get those bugs, and now the thing should fill in. It was because I took out that ready thing. Okay. And it turned off some of this stuff that it was supposed to turn off. So the production stuff, because we don't care about on this side, we don't care about the prioritize and all that crap. So that was actually working. And then if we construct, it's going to go over here. I don't know if it's going to work over here. It did. These are the different sizes that I was whining about. And this is still working over here. So we have the construction one. No, it's not. Well, this isn't turning off though. And the other one isn't turning on. So we have a couple of things that need adjusting. I'm going to turn this back to English just to make sure that I'm reading this right. So there's a way to do like typed dictionaries, and on 4.4 dev 2, and it will make my life a lot easier if I can just put them in the inspector, adjust the dictionaries in the inspector. And I was able to do it with 4.4 or dev 2, but it won't build the project. There's a bug. Yeah, that's the Godot feature. There's a bug where you can't build the C# project when you're in. It's just a bug. So like, not being able to build the project is pretty bad. So I rolled back to 4.3 today. So this is right. We're going to have to connect these things. We have goods produced, input resources and goods. We'll have to adjust that. We go to construct. Do you want to build a fisher's shed? Yes. Then this is where we have our construction progress. Our construction cost is still here. Yeah, I think we'll want to leave this checkable. And then we can't tell until it's done being produced. I don't know if it will actually, it might still make it. I don't know what we got going. Oh, it's already done. So we can look here. And it turned off that stuff. And basically the Godot feature, the thing that it's this stuff that it's going to affect, the goods produced and the inputs. So that's why these are like, we haven't worked on that part, is because the main thing we want to adjust is these things. And it, like I said, it'll make life a lot easier if oh, I see a thing we need to fix. Construction progress needs to go away when it's set to complete. Construction panel completed. I don't think, do we have a construction? So we need to get construction progress title and the progress bar. Progress title and progress bar need to be turned off. We're going to put this into ChatGPT when, when I'm done. Yeah, I wish there was more of us. I wish there was more of us and we could all work together. Progress bar, hide. progress title, hide. And then it'd also help when you're like trying to find issues to problems or solutions to issues. It would make life easier if there was more of us. Maybe there's more, they're quiet. So this one is in the default. We had it. I must have gotten started on this and then stopped. Under construction, we want the progress bar. We actually should put this up at the top. I'm trying to like kind of keep this in order of whatever. This needs to show. And this needs to show. And then this needs to go up here. All right, what else did we see up here? So we have construction progress. This, we need prioritize to still be there. Produce as needed needs to be there. We'll need to fix this. This is workers. And then remove improvement. I think this is all right. Stride 3D. I have not. Let's look it up here. Stride 3D. Probably got a space in here. Or is it just this stride one? Or is that an engine? Oh, you know, I looked. There was another game from ages ago. Is this a VR game? Huh. I have a VR headset that I never use. I've been trying to keep an eye out for games that might be interesting. What was that game where you mirrors edge of mirror edge? I think this is all right. Let's do this one more time. We'll do the under construction thing. Well, we'll check before we do the construction. We'll double check everything over on the right. Oh, it's an engine mostly built. Is it open source? That's right. Goods produced, income, or input, construction costs, use remnants, builders, construct. This all looks right, I think. So now let's double check. And then we have our construction progress. We have the progress bar. We have goods produced. We have inputs. We have construction costs, because you're probably going to want to know what the costs were. Use remnants for construction. And then the builders. Unpause it here. Maybe that was the one. I was trying to remember. I was talking to someone else who comes into chat, Joker, about there was an engine. And I was trying to remember the name of it. It may have been Stride then. Are you a programmer? Are you a game developer? Stride game engine. I don't think it was this one. They're on 4.2. Async scripting. I don't think it was this one. There was some, when I was thinking about, because I originally was using Unity, and I was looking around, and there's a lot of discussion of Godot, of course, which what I switched to. But there was also a third one that people were suggesting that was open source and et cetera, et cetera. To our collective. Oh, collection. I thought they said collective. Yeah, I don't think it was this one. There was the other one was pretty much abandoned, and people were like trying to get people to go to it to use it to kind of like revitalize it. Um, Formerly Zinco. It has updates on main too, or the master. It's faster. Well, I'm not gonna switch. If you're, I'm not switching. It's faster than Godot. Um, yeah, I would have to. I would need to know more about it. But what happened here? It's a failure. How many branches are we? Holy shit. Um, kind of issues. They only have 500 issues. That's not bad compared to Godot's 10,000 or whatever they're at. 15,000. It's crazy that I've never heard of this before. All right, man. Have a good day. I'm actually gonna call it a day here in like 8 minutes. Uh, yeah, I'm surprised I haven't ever heard of this. Editor rewrites. I wonder if there's stride. Let's pick something. Button tutorial, like something simple, like a tutorial for. Well, we could look at their virtual buttons. Entity. But I don't want the code. I just want to look at what does their documentation look like actually. Oh, totally. So one of the problems that Godot does have is the lack of like C sharp tutorials and stuff. And it'd be nice to for other people, but I don't think since I've never heard of this. Doesn't mean I'm in the know, but there's probably less tutorials. That's kind of what I was looking for. Was like videos and stuff, and I think that's a huge problem that Godot has, and I wish Godot would use some of their funds to sponsor people to make tutorials. Let's look at videos, and let's do past year. 4.2 is here. I'm just pretending like I wanted to make a button. Bummer that there's that video game. No, this is a tutorial. No, this is the video game. That's always it's always a bummer when that shit happens. Like the first thing companies should do is stride button tutorial. Virtual buttons. I mean, they got a number of tutorials. It looks interesting. How to lay siege in the Age of the Sun King. I haven't. I keep wanting to actually watch this video. Yeah, but the .NET Foundation support doesn't really mean anything because they support all sorts of shit. Yeah, it looks interesting. The problem once again is the size of the community. So this is the Godot has a similar issue, is that the size of the community, it matters a lot because of the resources that are available for you to learn how to use the engine. And generally, I've found Godot is way better than Unity, but asking questions usually is met with a sort of like with hostility in a lot of developer communities, and so like Godot's way better than Unity. Unity is fucking awful with like those. Many of the questions are so like I don't like asking questions. I rather already found someone else to ask the question. Hopefully, um, so yeah, it's if the community is too small, but then how do you grow the community without getting more people into the community? You know, like it's a catch-22. Uh, I only have like 4 minutes left, so I don't think it's worth trying to get into this thing yet. So I'll probably just call it a day. Um, yeah, I wish I had known about this stride thing because I would have checked it out more when I was switching. Maybe it was the other one because it had that. What was it called? Xenox Stride Game Engine Review. Here, I'm just like dicking around here since I only got 5 minutes left. Oh, see, well, this could be the same. Yeah, I've already been there because of. That's the exact worth noting. Stride is MIT licensed. Nobody can pull. Yeah, see, that's a good thing. And that's one of the reasons why Unity is such a shitbag. Is their licensing? You know, you're fucked if they go bad. But like with Godot, and it sounds like Stride here, you can continue using if the community, the people who run it go bad by somebody. Something bad goes in you can just fork it and do your own shit. Uh, this person only codes on Mac. It's a really common thing, by the way, that I've encountered, even in the IT world. Like, even though when people are working on even Windows stuff, they usually have Macs. It's strange to me, but whatever. When they release an editor for Linux, I watch Games from Scratch sometime. I think I'm subscribed to it on this channel too, or on this account. I have two channels in it, so I have two accounts. Um, Found the answer. Unfortunately, I did not. Yeah, it sounds pretty early stages. I wonder why they didn't like fork Godot and do their own thing. By VVV, what is VVV? And used by VVV, Visual Live Programming. VV, what is it for? What is it? The digital. It's totally the Unix part. Yeah, it's because you can just get into the console at any time and connect to whatever web server or whatever. Um, that's totally why people use Macs for that stuff. And on Windows, you can go to your command prompt, but then you just got a bunch of fucking garbage, and then you can go PowerShell, and then you just got a bunch of garbage, and then you can install the Linux subsystem, and then it's like a whole nether pile of garbage. Um, you got to deal with. I think I have the Linux subsystem on here. I can't remember how to even get to it though. I think it's like Debian or something. I haven't used it in years. Uh, Real-time video synthesis and programming, large media environment, physical. Yeah, but what is VV? What is it? What is it though? Boy grouping, where one computer controls a number of slave computers to operate in parallel, with all programming ending done in the master computer. Are free for non-commercial educational. WSL. So Linux. I might have uninstalled it. Yeah, it doesn't tell me. It just wants me to put something in. I swear used to be able to get to it from the start menu, but I can't remember. It's been like literal years. I was doing some job, so I was trying to learn a little bit of JavaScript just um to fuck around with. I was actually React and all that. And it was actually that part was kind of fun, and then I lost interest because it was too above my skill level at the time, which was 0. My skill level was 0, and but I also needed it from other stuff. But I swear I used to be able to just to type it in, or just to hit start and then go to it. Get my console or whatever. But I can't remember what it was called. That actually, it could have been so long ago. Was it Ubuntu though? I thought I installed Debian. I have some friends who are big Linux guys, and they're like hardcore Debian guys. Like they think Ubuntu is okay, but they're like, and I figured I would install something if I had to ask them. Um, yeah, so Godot does have some issues with the C# bridges or whatever they're calling. Um, Maybe I just typed in Debian. Did I already try that? No, I did. Yeah, maybe it was Ubuntu. I'm more familiar with Ubuntu, but this is just gonna do nothing. Yeah, it's just gonna. Why are you back to using Edge? Come on, man. um, the only real release big, so there's release might be once a year. Yeah, so the connections that, or the whatever they're called, I've heard complaints, and actually I was looking at the Godot issues, and there's actually a lot of them right now with the new version. With they have a bunch of regressions. 4.4 Dev 2 seems to me like they kind of it has major issues. Definitely do not switch to it. I swear I looked at this earlier today, and like the first 5 of these that I looked at were about slow speed with C# stuff. But what I'm hoping, and this is my fingers crossed, is that someone will come in who is like the C# expert and rewrite that stuff to increase the speed. I had an issue with when I instantiated, and I don't think they ever fixed this. Oh, I don't know how to do that stuff, man. I don't know how to fix that stuff. If I knew how to do that stuff, I wouldn't, I would help. But if I have no fucking clue how to do that shit, because I think you need C++ experience too. And when I first switched over, there was a lot of talk from people who were switching from Unity about rewriting those connectors or whatever. There's another name for it, but I can't remember what it's called. Let me push this code to GitHub, and then I'm going to call it a day here. We can close this thing. We can close this thing. And we can close this thing. And actually, we can save this, and then we can close this thing. And minimize that thing. All right. So, scouting equipment. Is that what we're still doing? It is. We had to rebuild everything to get the scouting equipment right, because before I didn't have any finished products. And I actually am thinking that I might change it, the name of it. I haven't decided. There's some other, I was thinking about other uses for things, and scouting equipment actually is going to have a lot more uses than I was thinking of. So let's see here. What did we do today? We rolled back to Godot 4.3. And fixed the research description panel county improvements scroll box. That's what we did today. And there we go. And there's that. And there's that. I was saying earlier. So the issue that I rolled back for, supposedly they already fixed it. I just need to put it in the next version or whatever. And I was saying, like, I could try to build Godot from source, but I'm too scared to. I don't know shit about that. I probably should. Back to the thing, maybe I should probably build from source to learn how it works. This would increase my knowledge about how Godot works. Build from source, and then try to, like, not necessarily fix anything, but like try to look how, like, change something and see how that affects things. Have like my own Godot test thing just to increase my knowledge of how Godot works. But yeah. That is it for me today. Thank you guys for joining me, and I will most likely see you tomorrow, and hopefully 4.4 Dev 3 will be out by tomorrow. I don't think it will, but we can hope, right? All right, I'll talk to you guys later.